Africa, get ready for the biggest esports showdown of 2025. Taking place between the 10th to the 13th of July in Cape Town, Grand West Entertainment World. Get ready for 150,000 Rand in prize pool featuring Fortnite, Rocket League, Call of Duty Mobile, EAFC, Valorant, and today we get to announce for the very first time an international opportunity, taking the winner all the way to the United States to compete for a $200,000 prize pool. Brawlhalla players, now's your time to rise as you get ready to be able to compete for the one opportunity to be the representative from South Africa to qualify for BCX. This is where legends rise. Get ready for AGC 2025. Head over to the URL to register now, acgl.gg/AGC. The crown awaits.
AGC, the home of unending fire and unmatchable expectations. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Day number 2, and this time, Trout and I, we've got some ASL Valorant to take care of.
Well, thank you very much for having me. It's nice to see how everything is coming together here. It is actually insane what people over at AGC and ACGL have done. Obviously not possible without all those beautiful sponsors. I mean, they make these kind of things happen, and now bringing to you on the main stage. So if you can hear these speakers, where are you? You should be here watching some Valorant.
Yeah, absolutely. Swartkop versus Oosmoed here today for ASL Valorant. I'm so excited to get into this 4 days of AGC. Loads and loads of matches, of challenges, going from Brawlhalla, which is what we saw in the announcement, an opportunity for BCX to go to Atlanta, represent South Africa in a tournament for $200,000, all the way to Fortnite, Valorant, EAFC, you name it. Like Trout said, if you are in the Cape Town area, come on down to Grand West.
As you can see, people on the main stage getting ready. We locked in, and we just heard from the admins that we have maps for you guys. So we're going to be starting things off on Ascent. Cool, good old tried true classic. And yeah, there you go. You get to see it right now on the screen. Beautiful. Lovely production.
And of course, we do move over to Lotus for the second in this best of 3. And if these teams go ahead and back and forth this, take us to a third map, we will be going to the beautiful Sunset.
Hopefully at the same time as Sunset. You know, that'll be some poetic justice if I've ever seen it. And you can check everyone on screen right now. It's going to be a good time. We've got everything ready. We're going to be jumping in momentarily. But a quick recap as to how we got here. Both of these two teams undefeated in both game and maps. So today, after the first match, somebody's going to be walking away with their first L.
Ooh, that's bragging rights too. I mean, 2 undefeated Titans going head-to-head. Godzilla versus King Kong on the stage in front of us right now. It's going to be one for the ages. Trout, I'm excited for this. What are you excited to see in this match?
Look, I'm just excited to be here. So you can see I'm like moving around. I got the jitters, but it's going to be a good time. I'm really excited to see how these teams are going to play around one another. I always talk about how important teamwork is, especially in a tactical shooter like Valorant. So I want to see which team is going to be communicating the best, which is going to be executing plays the best, setups, etc., etc. I just want to see some top-tier Valorant. And you got to get your fundies on point, because if we're swinging, walking and shooting, everything you can imagine that is not good, that's not going to be a good showing. But I suppose they are here in the grand finals. They have to be doing at least some of those things correct. So, I mean, now only time will tell whether or not they could do it correct or more correct than the other team.
And of course, Trout did mention all those sponsors. We'll read through it right now. The City of Cape Town, Kuro Esports, Turtle Beach, Clear Access, Ubisoft, Acer for Education, Carry First, Sun International, Super Sports, and Vumatel as well, going for our fiber over here. And you know, all of those sponsors make things like this possible, and it makes it as large as what AGC is right now. This is just the beginning. Next year, obviously bigger, badder, and better.
I mean, this is pretty big. Like, as to the few lands I've been to, this is absolutely gigantic. I mean, look at the main stage. We can see everyone, and they can see us. Hopefully they can't hear us. But we'll try and keep it down to the positional call-outs to a minimum at the very least. But man, oh man, am I excited. Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot right now.
Oh, no.
What's the prediction?
Oh, why do you do this to me? You're trying to get me to cast a curse right now. This can go either way, honestly. I can't actually put a prediction, but I can put a prediction on the team comps that we are going to see.
Okay.
You know, we discussed this a little bit with the two duelist usuals that we do mention. Ascent, obviously. Sova's home, theoretically. All those lineups and such, but you also mentioned something very, very important. KJ, Killjoy is so good on Ascent. We haven't seen KJ on Ascent in the entirety of ASL so far. Do you think today's the day on that big stage where we first of all see it?
Well, I mean, hopefully, right, we get to see a bit of a breaking of the mold and those fantastic KJ setups that we always talk about. But in all honesty, look, I'm a big KJ fan. I've got a bit of German heritage in me, I can't help it. But in actuality, I just want to see Vi's. I want to see Vi's and how people actually use her like equipment correctly. So obviously, this is going to be a very heavily defender-based map. Okay, we've just had a quick update from the admins. We are going to be jumping away from Ascent and going to Lotus for our first game.
That's interesting.
So that changes it up a bit. We were talking about setups. I don't know who's going to be the pick now. Go,
Well,
you are putting you on the spot.
That changes a lot, because now we move over to a 3-sided map as our starting map for these teams. And we discussed a little bit about this as well. We talked about Fade being pretty good over here on the side. We talked about Gecko as well being a pick almost always. I feel like those are going to be the picks that we do see at least.
Well, hopefully we get to see that as we are loading in. So everyone, if you are in the vicinity, come on down to the main stage. We have a fantastic game here. It is going to be ZWK versus OM Bravo. And you can see the picks. We have a Neon and a Rainer
And
in
a Viper.
2025?
And a Viper in here. This ain't Icebox though.
No, that's crazy. We got a Viper on Lotus. Man, name things that happened in this year that haven't happened elsewhere. Number one on that list, my dad talking to me. But enough on that.
Damn.
Into the game we go.
Chat, write that down. Anyway, double Cypher picks. We also did discuss this, that Cypher's going to be everywhere as well. We do see Sage over there. Trout, you said that you're going to do a backflip if Sage gets picked.
Look, that was maybe a bit preemptive. I can do a judo throw if somebody would like to see one of those. But a Sage pick, very interesting.
volunteers?
But I suppose we're out here for breaking the mold. We spoke about what agents we're going to see, and a good start here. First blood's going.
One
either
enemy
way.
remaining.
Into this immediately, and Osmot already down a player. Sage going down in a very quick round actually. We just jumped into this, Trout.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where that round went.
That's insane right there. We just hopped into that and we got into the final kill. Swartkop going ahead and getting that first point on the board. And
A rifle already? Damn, we're investing. We're investing. These guys don't believe in saving.
that is insane right there. And maybe we don't go ahead and say this. Maybe we put on a show for the people that's in front of us.
No, I mean, that would be quite something, but it does look like it's going to be a classic setup here. And it's going to be a hard anti-eco. And there's a player pick I was talking about, specifically using to kind of find a bit of information. That's going to be a good start. But of course, Omen denying entry wherever possible. But I mean, on the side of ZWK, these guys have thrown everything out of the bank and into their loadouts.
Trying to push onto C as well, and you can tell from Sage over there trying to look towards the door, maybe trying to initiate a rotate, and a rotate will go through. Neon is going to be waiting, manages to get one, however. KO trying to get a few shots in, but nothing successful.
It's still C being held down by the glass cannon, also known as
One
the
enemy
outlaw,
remaining.
but it's going to be the Bulldog that draws the first and second trade almost instantly, but we peeking close angles here with the pistols. Right now, it is a quick trade. Blow for blow, over towards C we go, but now information held, and everything not going the way of Kenzie. It was a 1v2, but he was unable to clutch it up, and it's going to be 2 rounds to ZWK.
2 rounds immediately, and that does go ahead and affect the mentality of players as well. And we are going to go ahead and witness what happens now on the side of Osmo. Like, what is their game plan going to be now? They've lost that 2 in a row very quickly, mind you, especially that first round. What do we think we're going to see over here from them? We are taking a quick tech pause as well. So we are going to get the overlays just a little bit fixed. There is no kill feed as of now, but we will get that sorted. So far, interesting comp picks as well, Tom.
I mean, we were speaking about how we weren't going to see a Viper, and we weren't going to see a Sage, and we weren't going to see a Rainer, and it was very unlikely that we're going to see a Neon. But here we are. They got all 4 in the first map, but if we're going to talk about Econ, right, we spoke about how the side of ZWK really invested, and it did pay out for them. They got 2 quick rounds there, but having said that, on the back end, it does look like OM managed to save enough. They ecoed correctly, and now they're going to have a few rifles to try and attack a site. But like I said, in a quick pause, getting everything set up, getting those overlays ready for you guys so the production can be top tier. But so far, it's still looking, as predicted, defender orientated.
Let's talk about the rest of AGC, because there's still 2 more days of this as well for this weekend, and you can hear the crowds going wild, ladies and gentlemen. That means you need to get on down to Grand West to witness all the excitement yourselves. Brawlhalla, of course, that opportunity over there. But on the flip side of things, we still have open Valorant this weekend as well, and we have open Fortnite, which completely sold out.
I'm amazed that the Fortnite community is still alive and thriving here in South Africa. They are doing a fantastic job there. I mean, maybe one day we'll get our servers. We can keep begging. Hopefully soon. There's very clearly a need for it here, and there is a niche to be filled. But of course, you're missing out one of those games that is going to be on Sunday, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Also on the international circuit, that being Call of Duty Mobile. That's where we're going to be wrapping things up. So we have got game after game after game. FPS, third person. We got robot cars shooting robot balls. We got little people fighting each other. Man, AGC does it all.
And EAFC as well. I mean,
you've got that. Man.
Yesterday there were so many goals being scored over there. The crowd was absolutely popping off, but we do manage to go ahead, and we are going to sort out this overlay and the entire visuals, the entire HUD in the meanwhile as well. We are going to hop back into the game very, very shortly, though.
So there has been a bit of a technical issue, so unfortunately the observer will be like this for this game, but don't worry, we'll have it fixed lickety-split after this. But right now it does look like it's going to be probing the defense to see where they can make it happen. Obviously pre-round, and there's that fade you were talking about, man. So information, I feel, apart from being stunned in this game, because that is also pretty much what happens. I mean, look at this, right? We play Flashbang Simulator right now, but space being taken both which way, and denies happening left, right, and center. You can see the side of ZWK not afraid to push up on defenders, but they had left a slight opening in the mid-map.
That's so much util thrown out at main as well. We got the fade eye, we got the neon stuns, and then we got the smokes as well. And I mean, even Omen is sitting on top of Rubble right now. Wild Wolf on that Viper, just peeking around B, and there is 2 that is trying to make their way over to B, 1 trying to make their way over to C, and right now just playing off of a default, waiting for that initial kill to decide where they want to go.
Well, time is ticking as we sit here. So right now the pressure is going to begin to mount here if you're on the side of OM, as they really need to try and get into at least one of these sites. You can only play passive for so long before, like I said in the past, the time becomes the 6th enemy. And we got raw jelly out here. We're vibing on stage. We love that. We love that. Okay, we got audio cues. Potentially a bit of a break coming through right now.
Cypher versus Cypher right now. Initial shot goes through, and then back on the camera. Reina now pushing in as well. Cloak smokes do go down, and now they're trying to push through. Camera gets destroyed by Kenzie, and looks like they are going to go ahead and take side. Plant will be initiated, and Plant will go through.
Well, good start there for the side of of OM. They managed to take a little bit of control, but they have lost a player in the fray. But the bomb is down, like you said. But here comes the kills to follow it up. ZWK not afraid, no fear. Oh, there should have been a little bit more than that, but that's a quick death for him. And either way, 2v2, shots looking a little bit shaky. No one is there to clean it up, and it's going to be a ZWK with another round.
Neon with those slide cancelling and the jumps all around. So difficult to hit, and you saw the spray come through on that Phantom as well, but none of it being the lethal shot that was needed, and the defuse will go through. That's 3 rounds now for ZWK.
And that was off the back of an investment, so I don't know, if I'm in the shoes of OM, you got to think about what you want to buy here, and maybe become a little bit more decisive, because right now it's really looking like there isn't a real clear game plan going forwards. And on the side of ZWK, they're able to make quick adjustments. I mean, they gave the site up knowing full well that they can easily enter off the back of the detail that they kept.
Yeah, they were confident in that retake too. You could see it playing around so well. They did manage to lose a couple of players over there, but still nonetheless, they played that out so well. The distraction from Neon jumping in your face, and then the shots from downrange to go ahead and get that. So on the side of Osmod, a lot of strategy going to have to be put into play right now. They got to make sure that these plays go through well. Of course, this is a best of 3, ladies and gentlemen, as we get back in, and we have the HUD fixed for us now, Trout.
Very, very nice indeed. Right, so still first blood yet to be drawn in this round. And again, it's looking very, very much like prodding and probing where you can. Another one-way coming up over towards C, but very, very split on attack. I'm not entirely sure what the game plan is. Like we said, it seems like indecisiveness is key, but we are actually firing wide warning shots, but the trade is in.
Trade right there, at least going through, but Ankh over with a kill on C, on Mound, I should say. Looking for a second, not managing to hit that, re-peeks it. The flick does hit in the shoulder, not going to get that confirmed. And then a double swing over from Ursmut is going to go ahead and take down Ankh.
Well, now it's a 4v4 onto the site we push. Well, 3v3 actually, excuse me. Slowly but surely we're trying to get onto the side here, and it looks like we're going to be firing wildly into the smoke, and that may be enough to cause a distraction, but it's actually going to be mated to some nice shots with Zinc on the back end. Ultimate is popped. It's going to be a 3K, and the round going the way of ZWK.
Insane. 4 rounds in a row, and you got to be thinking, what does that do to your econ?
Look, these guys wouldn't be able to afford a loaf of bread right now, not even in this economy. You know, so they're going to have to think very carefully as to how they want to invest here. And you can see, we on the side of ZWK, we're throwing guns around, we're having a good time, we're talking about how we're going to invest our extra, maybe buy some stocks on the side. It's going to be a good one. But again, it's coming down, in my opinion, to the indecisiveness of OM. They have yet to commit to a site properly, and maybe things are going to change in this round.
Let's see, you can see the smokes getting prepared as well. The Empress popped over on the Reina, but there's an Odin in 3, and we know how wall-bangable that wall actually is.
I mean, oh, there's the ping, and it's going to be one.
Last player standing. Opponent killed. You fought well. My ultimate is ready. Your duty is not over. Last player standing.
This goes here. Oh, this is a nice. Yes, this should do.
Gun here.
Thirty seconds left.
I'll find you.
Nay, danger. Dropping smokes. 10 seconds left. Last player standing. Spike planted. You had your fun. My turn.
This goes here. goes there. We will. Yes, this should do. Camera taken out. Cage triggered.
30 seconds left. Ten seconds left. One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Okay, let's get set up. Ah, this is a nice spot.
Gotta go. Dropping smoke.
They found my wire. I know exactly.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
ايوه سلام عليك.
The spike is diffused. Shadows traveling. Here.
Cage triggered.
Spike planted. Here we go. Coming through. One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
You had your fun. My turn. Clutch.
careful here. No peeking.
The hunt begins.
Eliminated. My ultimate is ready.
One enemy remaining. Spike planted.
Marked one.
Here. Cover going out. Here.
Spike down. C. Last player standing.
Toxins going up. Toxin screen down.
Spike planted.
I must wait a moment. I must wait a moment.
Last round in the half.
This goes here. That goes there.
There.
Take this. Gotta go.
I have this bite.
Shadows traveling. Suppressing. One suppressed. Flashbang.
Last player standing.
Spike diffused.
Switching sides. There.
Here.
Spike planted.
Refreshing.
Cover going out.
One enemy remaining.
3 kill. Here. And reset the balance.
Spike down B. Thirty seconds left. Spike planted.
There.
One enemy remaining.
There. There.
This! There. Out of charges. I'm out of here.
One enemy remaining.
No hard feelings.
Match point.
Do we have casters? Hello, can you hear
Okay. Oh, thank
Yay!
goodness. Yeah.
We're back! Sorry for the radio silence, guys. It has been an absolute bloodbath if you are an OM fan. Other than that, it has been very good for the side of ZWK. These guys are playing a different game to OM at this point.
Absolutely. We just discussed that the eco should have been done over there. It is now last round, and we missed
Potential.
last round. We did skip out a bunch over there. We did see a save on the Phantom as well, so at least one gun in the back pocket for Osmod right now. Ankh, with that Vandal, is going to go ahead and push up immediately to Mound and try to get through the Cypher setup on C.
Well, it does look like that's where they're going to be looking for their entry point, like you said. But right now, you can see the difference in commitment from both teams. Utility being thrown onto C, and everything in the kitchen sink, including Neon's blind, paranoia. Goodness gracious me, if you are Kenneth or Kenzie right now, you have got a wall to fight, and it's actually going to be Uncle the two-piece to open the side wide open. Currently a 5v3, bomb should be going down for free.
Absolutely, another kill from Raw Jelly over on KO. That is going to be
One enemy
simple.
remaining.
4 kills going through, and this has just been domination. Gets one over there, actually a double. That was a collateral with that Bulldog. Re-peeks it, and no one peeking there. ZWK knowing that they have the round in the bag, and it's just a matter of time.
Absolutely, they are just playing the clock right now. At this point, it is truly condolence kills. No one's really peeking, and they're playing a little bit of goose duck. And right now, everyone's ducking under the bullets. Finally, a bit of a better rifle in hand now, but time ticking as we see here. Shots are looking a little shaky, but either way, it's going to be ZWK 13-3.
13-3 is wild, and we were talking a little bit about it while the mics were, we did have that technical issues. The commitment is what seems to be lacking over there for Osmod. We did see them have the same Cypher setup as well, or go through the same Cypher setup every single round, not clearing it fully.
I was going to say, the fact that ZWK got away with their setups on defense every single round is criminal. I mean, there was one play where they did a bit of a pre-fire through the box in mid, but other than that, it really felt that ZWK controlled that map in both map presence, where they had their setups, kills, they just set up everything. It just was fantastic, top tier. I mean, 26-8. Ooh. Are you joking? Are we playing the same game right now? Are we observing the same game right now?
You know, that's what's on the screen. We have to be 26-8, an ACS of 432 on Ankh. Cyrix with 11 and 15 with a 216 on the ACS. So that first round, of course, goes over to ZWK, and now we're in the match point, right? What does Osmod need to do in the next match?
Well, pull themselves towards themselves. We're going to lock in. Somebody call the locksmith, because right now these guys are not locked, but that's okay. Maybe Lotus just isn't their map. That's very possible, but we're just going to have to wait and see how the next one plays out. But in all honesty, I think you just got to put the first one behind you. It's done. It's in the past. It can't hurt you anymore. So it's time to look forwards. And point of advice, maybe now's the time to work on your comms, get the team commitment and the team chemistry going, because the difference, as you saw when executing a retake, even on the site, on defense, that being from ZWK, they know what they want to do from the start. They have exact comms, they're smoking off the right angles, they're getting this choke point set up. I mean, it's hard not to commend how well they're executing their plays.
Yeah, absolutely. It's do or die now for Usmo. They need to go ahead and make those plays. No mistakes are going to go through with this. So, guys, we are going to get a short intermission for all of these players while we get that second lobby set up for all of you. Don't leave your seats unless it's to go get some popcorn, because we'll be right back with more ASL Valorant.
We gotta stay awake.
We are back, and hopefully no more tech issues in the absolute fire that we have in front of us. ASL Valorant, Trout, myself, AR, we just got done with the first match, and that was a sweep. That first match was an absolute sweep.
I think that was an understatement of a sweep. I mean, 3 rounds to 13 is a complete like rug swept out underneath you. I suppose that is really a sweep, but I mean, things are not looking too good on the side of OM. But this is the turning point. We're going to Ascent. We spoke about how we were expecting it as the first map, and then there was a bit of a mix-up as these things happen. Now we get to see whether or not it's going to be their playground or their graveyard.
Absolutely, and Osmod on defense first. This map was picked by ZWK as well, so we will get into that. But there's the results of the first one, 13-3 in favor of ZWK, and actually things changing quite a bit. If we get to that decider, Trout, we're not going to Sunset, we're going to Icebox instead.
Well, I'm actually looking at this here, and OM did pick Lotus. So things are not looking great. If I'm a betting man, which I am not, and hopefully the odds are not in my favor, it's not looking great for OM. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but maybe that's all part of the plan, right? Maybe they know they got to pick their worst map to do best on the enemy play. You know, like maybe they're playing the long con. You don't know.
Some big brain plays, maybe. You could be right. So, what do you think we're going to see in the team comps over here for Ascent? We talked a lot about Sova. We talked about Killjoy and, you know, our usual duelists, Raze, Jet. What do you think we're going to see over here?
Like I said, I want to see Vise. I want to see Vise, and if we're feeling a little bit rambunctious, maybe we'll see a good old Chamber. Like Chamber's my favorite. He's good on all maps. Maybe not Ascent, but I like to believe, okay? I like to believe that he's good on Ascent, but either way, we want to see a bit more of a map presence from OM, so maybe their pick should be oriented around that, maybe a bit more entry pressure or defense, because they are on defense first, obviously. So we're just going to need to see something to give them a bit more control on the map, like I said. Not much else I can say about that.
And no matter what the picks are, this is do or die for Osmod right now. Losing that first one means that it is match point in this best of 3 for ZWK. Can they get it done, or will OM be able to breathe a little bit longer in these shark-infested waters?
Well, they're going to be holding their breath as we load in here, but you can see, just from a team morale point of view, it's looking like two sides of a coin here. But only one round can change that, right? I mean, it's nothing better than sort of throwing stones at the tall end of the castle and something lands. You know, that really does send a shockwave, so maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe they're locked in, we don't know. But as of right now, it's all just up in the air until we see how that first round erupts. And pistol round, so key. I mean, it really sets the pace. Like we spoke about before, we need to see that map presence. I feel like I'm talking or a broken record here. At this point, we just need to see something.
So the piece of advice that you would give Osmod is to have that confidence, is to make those plays and push through.
100%. I think maybe there is a bit of a breakdown in communication. Many things that it could be, but it does just take one round, like I said. If they can talk into it, maybe they get a good gelling. They need to just be a little bit more confident, but not just confident in how they enter, just in the way they are on the map, because you can see at every bit of information that they gain, they tend to take a step back as opposed to a step forwards. So as opposed to being on the back foot and playing defensively, hopefully they play a bit more offensively.
And I mean, on the side of ZWK, they're doing fantastic on their own. What would you say to them?
Maybe a little less overzealous swinging, because that's gotten a couple of kills going against them. But other than that, they are timing their swings correctly. So maybe one or two players trying to make it look a little bit flashy. But other than that, it's very hard to critique a team that is playing fundamentally some good Valorant.
Absolutely, and of course AGC wouldn't be possible without all of the sponsors: City of Cape Town, Kudo Esports, Turtle Beach, Clear Access, Ubisoft, Acer for Education, Caddy First, Sun International, Super Sports Schools, and Vuma, making it all possible, making it as grand as it is, and Grand West as well. Of course, the home of AGC. So if you are in the Cape Town area, make sure to come down, because there's still 2 whole days of AGC. So much action. Fortnite opens, sold out. Valorant opens as well. BCX opportunities for Brawlhalla, EAFC, COD Mobile, you name it. If you enjoy a certain style of game, a certain game in its own right, come on down. And on top of that, there's some things around here as well for the viewers to go ahead and do. There's a racing sim, there's some Just Dance going on. So much fun over here at AGC. But Trout, take us through the comps.
Wow, we're looking like we're loading in here. And KJ, we get to see a KJ. How exciting. So we have a Sage and a KJ. Reyna again, Cryox playing that typical. Jet and Brim. Very little smokes, if any. Maybe Jets. So I don't know if that'll come back to bite them. Whereas on the other side of things, it's looking like we have a typical comp setup, which is going to be your initiators, that being KO and Sova, and then one duelist, controller, and a sentinel. So playing the typical comp is going to be ZWK. And what more can you say about that? They're picking the correct operatives, and now they're going to be on attack, seeing how they can enter these sites. It's all going to come down to the setups from OM.
And they have the confidence too, as we saw in that first game as well. So undoubtedly they're going to have that confidence in this one as well. But here we go, pistol round, ladies and gentlemen. Wild Wolf, no fear, Zero Miedo pushing all the way up, even dashing through into tree, gets the one, gets traded out by Crydex. And he actually gets taken out by Unk in tree as well.
Well, you can see the pace not slowing anytime soon for the side of ZWK as they are trying to take space every which way. Up the map we go over towards B, or A, excuse me.
Turret destroyed.
Ooh, and now a slow push through, actually checking corners, not checking well enough though. KJ crouched up, tries to get the kill on Cypher, manages to do so as the smoke goes down. Meanwhile, Kenzie on the Jet does get taken out on Katten. Now the peek from Sinful is going to be here through, it's a 2v3 situation in this, right? Smoke providing just enough cover over there, and a little bit against Unk, going to wait in logs though for anyone to push through.
Well, good start here, good setup. Aggression meets aggression, and time now ticking for the side of OM as they need to get this retake, but a perfect position here for a pinch. Maybe now's the time to get more than one, but as you can see, the side of ZWK just bleeding that clock as best as possible, but it's going to be Matrix who finds the first. 2v2. Oh, making a good couple of shots, but not checking your ammo might be the death of you. And it is going to be a 1v2 now for Zan, but he is there for the trade. ZWK with the first round, but by no means a blowout. Good stuff. I mean, OM showing a bit of life towards the end of that.
Took it all the way down to a 1v1 as well, a winnable situation, and that's the pacing that Osmond need to go ahead and have in this. Remember, this is the final shot. If they lose the ZWK, take the maps, take the game. Osmond does not want that to happen. They got to go ahead and lock in for this one, push us to that third map, push us into Icebox. But we move into round 2 for now. A couple Phantom buys and a Vandal on the side of ZWK. A Shorty in hand of Cydex, maybe looking up close and personal to get a cheeky little kill.
I mean, just from the econ investment side of things, you can see ZWK feeling very confident. 3 rifles on their side and 2 sheriffs. So right now, it's whoever can play the closest angle best, as we have 2 duelists playing Twinkle Toes around the corner. Maybe it'll happen, but as of right now, it's just trying to make it. Here comes the swing. The shots are good, but it's going to be Wild Wolf with the 2-piece. Catch you in the next round. 7 HP. Damage done, though.
I mean, that Phantom, of course, buffed fairly recently, and I mean, putting it to work right now. Meanwhile, Zing does get an elimination that is smokes down as well for Worswood. He gets broken a few shots, a little bit shaky, does deal damage to one player, and now going to move into the smoke in heaven, pop that reload. Meanwhile, Zink, 21 HP, Vandal in hand, pushes up as well, gets an elimination, and takes us into a 5v1.
And that investment paying off very clearly. And you know where they need to know where to check very well. Goodness gracious, that was not English. I apologize. They know where to check and when to do it. And right now, that's a flawless round, 2 in a row. But that was a full eco from the side of OM. So they can buy if they need to. And that's exactly what they're going to do. But you can see, sitting pretty with a good amount of money in the bank is going to be ZWK as they attempt to snowball round after round after round here.
And now we're going to see those rifle rounds come through. Unk with that sheriff. Will you buy? Will you not? As we watch these players move into their positions. And 2 duelists again going to go over on A. Maybe try to get an early swing. It's just Unk over there for now. The rest of the squad mates just watching down mid as we get into this round.
First blood, oh so crucial. Probing at the defense as best as possible. Man, I love a Sage Wall in 2025 in the grand finals. You couldn't ask for more, but you can see maybe a bit more aggression needed here, but the shots are in, so they have at least the position of one of the players. Backing up wisely is going to be never lost.
Drone coming through into T right now. Never lost, moving back up. Does get spotted out, has to shoot that owl drone and back up to go ahead. Pops the reload as well. Meanwhile, Wolf coming through, few shaky shots, does do a little bit of work over there. Sidex getting the elimination, gets 3, looking to go ahead and get a couple more perhaps. 4v2 situation as Zan is going to take out Matrix, try to even up just a little bit. And I mean, right now we know that there is going to be an attempt for an ace on Arena.
I mean, it would be unjust not to. But right now, KJ left on an island here on B, trying to make it happen. Are they going to be checking corners? The answer is no. First blood found, second to come. It's going to be Sinful who finds the 2-piece. So between good old Cyrix and Sinful, it is going to be all 5. And the first round, bearing in mind, it took them 7 the previous time, only 3 this time.
I mean, that right there is just locking in, the definition of locking in. Check Oxford Dictionary, you will see Oosmoort's logo right there. They've gotten their 1, they need to go ahead and keep this momentum up now because, again, do or die. They can't make any mistake. They have to play this perfect. If they do not, they lose that title to ZWK.
100%. And ZWK forced into a bit of a half buy here. Got to respect the Marshall in hand. Still. Now it seems they may have shaken the cage of ZWK as both teams playing significantly slower. Here comes the first entry potential onto A. I know there is at least one player that dart was shot. But in the mid-map, maybe we get to see a quick scope. Is this 2012 Black Ops 2? Well, nice shots. Not able to finish the kill though. Damage done. Bit more map control now in favor of OM.
Literally 1 HP on Wolf right now, and you can see trying to go ahead and spray, doesn't check the corner. Never Lost is right there to go ahead and clean that up. And that's a massive elimination as well. That's the duelist down. It's going to make things a lot tougher for ZWK. You can see the Owl Drone getting popped right now. Will it clear Sage? It does go ahead and clear out Sage. Tries to go ahead and wallbang a little bit. Does not actually go ahead and do any work on that.
Trying their very best to get information where they can, but right now it's looking like a chain link fence being set up. Eventually it's going to be Zink who finds the first, and that may be the entry through mid-map, but A still being battled for right now. 3v4. Time now ticking, 24 seconds. You can really feel the pressure coming on. Nice bit of utility both ways round, but it's actually going to be Unk who comes out on top. 2 versus 3. Unk with the Sheriff. He finds 2, picks up a Phantom, eventually gets traded. Cyrix finds 1, left in a 1 versus 2, making a 0 versus 2. 2-2 is the score. OM finally coming alive on the main stage.
And that was tough in its own right over there. There was only 10 seconds left on the clock as well, so something had to be made. And oh no, Trout, there's an op in play right now.
Well, mid-map is effectively being cordoned off, if we're being honest. Unless you're feeling brave, maybe it is the time to see OM shine.
I mean, that's going to be really tough and really heartbreaking if you hand that off to your opponents, especially when they were using it in the previous map as well. Op was in hand all the time, but let's see what can happen right here, right now. Kenzie with the shot to go ahead, and then the dash up immediately. That takes the duelist down on the opposite end.
I was talking about mid-map being a no-go, and proven time and time again. Now, life count advantage, and you can see that has truly shaken the side of ZWK. Having said that though, looking like a bit of a commitment over towards B, trying to find information where they can. But right now, it does look like everyone's really feeling out the opposition as best as possible. Maybe a bit of a take coming onto B.
I mean, we often talk about that feeling out process. Never has it been shown more than in this game right now. I mean, you can see the players in front of us on that stage, whether it be the nerves getting to them being on that stage or just the nerves of that past game that has been there. These players are shaking just a little bit in a few of these shots, and I mean, as I say, that Cyrix with a beautiful spray does not connect on any bullet though. Now knows where at least 2 are. Spray through the box and not going to actually do anything. Zan manages to go ahead and get the elimination nonetheless.
Well, Raw Jelly finds another off the back end. Now it is a
30 seconds left.
1v4 for Sinful. So left alone on an island once
Spike
again.
planted.
Trying to make it happen here. What's this time going to look like?
Well,
Oh, well.
spots out that trip, luckily enough, and knows that a Cypher has to be close somewhere. Doesn't go ahead and line that crosshair up. And ZWK once again take the lead.
And that's an op in their hands. Like you spoke about how that may be detrimental the other way, which round. Oh, it looks like they didn't actually pick it up.
I mean, that's a blessing right there for Osmo, the op not in hand. And maybe it's more devastating. I mean, if ZWK is shooting like this, maybe they don't even need that op in hand.
Maybe they picked it up and threw it off the map. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to assert a bit of dominance right now. But again, it comes off of the back of that first blood and then just playing best around that. And I mean, it was actually OM that found that first kill. But here comes the B push. Information now again, screaming for help is going to be Kenzie.
Shock darts go through, clearing up close and personal. Turret gets taken down as well. And Kenzie waiting near that switch in that cubby. Classic in hand, pop the dash, no use on it whatsoever. I mean, you look at the buys over from Osmo, Classics, a Bucky, and somehow manages to get one. Gets
Goodness gracious. A freebie, if you will. 2v2 right now, Guardian and Bucky. Or 2v3, excuse me. Bomb now down, retake potential in the works. And we are in Cape Town, so it's only right we give them the Cape Town special with the two-piece and a knife involved.
That is insane right there. The knife is going to be clipped, I assure you. But now a 3v1 pulls the molly out at the wrong time, and ZWK once ahead get the lead.
Bit of a valiant effort coming out of OM there. Bit of a flashy kill, but in the end, it is the bomb going down and loss of side control that was their final undoing. But man, at least they're putting on a show.
I mean, we saw one knife kill. Now Kenzie has a bunch of knives in the back pocket. The Blade Storm is active for this next round if need be. The ultimate on Jet. Will we go ahead and see it? I mean, we can now have an op over on ZWK side.
Well, we're going to see the tango in the mid-map right now. Who's going to dance best? 4-2, so definitely more even than the previous game. Empress now popped, but first blood drawn. It's going to be Kenzie taken out. So we won't be seeing the Blade Storm this round.
Maybe you save it in the back pocket for a round that you desperately need it. Maybe when you're solo clutching this, but it does look like ZWK going to push up towards A now. And using that Owl drone to go ahead, get information. Such a powerful weapon in this game. You need to have it. Empress is still over on Sidex, which means that free dismiss is going to be there for a kill. There's one kill. Sprays through the smoke, gets a second. Immediately dismisses back through that dice. Uses the second dismiss as well. Shaky shots. Classic out now. Manages to survive just long enough as Neverlost does get that elimination. 21 HP and a dream as we do see Wild Wolf swing out. Smoke goes down. Just manages to dodge those Vandal shots.
Wild Wolf left in a 1v4, like you said, and I'm actually convinced when you have Empress pop, your bullets are magnetic, as that three-piece was absolutely insane. Either way, again, the side of OM showing a bit of life here, and they have managed to place that spike all the way in Narnia at this
30
point.
seconds left.
Well, at the very least, trying to get into Narnia, as you can see. Wild Wolf, 1 kill away from ultimate. It's going to be no kills, no, not even a condolence kill, but that should be ultimate off the back end. Now, 4-3 is the round count.
And they picked the op back up again. The best part about that was Sidex was 21 HP, got healed up by the Sage.
Okay, one good use for Sage. I hear you.
Up in hand now of Kenzie again. Kenzie did manage to get that kill earlier on down in mid. Are you going to attempt that, or maybe are you going to push onto side? It looks like you're going to be at main right now.
So if you didn't know this, the operator can also be a shotgun, if you're feeling brave enough.
A scoped shotgun.
A scoped shotgun. Well, they have the Outlaw, but I mean, this is the original, right? We quick scoping here. Information not gained, though. At the very least, they know that mid is a no-go, but here we go. This is what I was talking about. Goodness gracious, a double ult, maybe? But onto B is going to be the call.
Wolf with that Blade Storm out right now. Dash does run out of time and has to hit 3 shots now. Has to be oh so accurate, but there's an op waiting for you to enter through the smoke. Shout out here, almost on the edge of his seat, just waiting for that shot to go through. Nothing as of yet. Smoke is about to dissipate. Spots one out. There's the headshot on the op. Going to re-peek it right now. But the Cloudburst goes through, and it is going to go ahead and provide some sort of cover. The crossing over from Wolf right now into lane does get taken out by Cyrix.
Nice bit of control there. Not able to enter the site. DWK being choked out now. Good stuff from OM. These guys are playing around each other correctly. We are watching Parkour Simulator 4v3. 40 seconds to work with. The time is ticking. But remember, Omen does have that ult in hand, and that may come back to haunt them in a second. Actually, no. It's just going to be Cypher walking straight onto site, and that's going to be bombed down.
Lovely shots over there as well. Plants by the Jin, and I mean, now we are going to see that Osmot is going to need to go ahead and defuse this. There's the one from Cyrix, dismisses immediately, spots another one out, Tree gets it. That's 3 kills so far, and I mean, right now a 1v1 Vandal versus Op, Raw Jelly versus Kenzie. Jelly in hell right now, knives get pulled out, right click, but all of it missing. And Raw Jelly goes ahead and clutches up the round, pushing ZWK to 5.
And gets the op. That is a generational fumble. Right click misses everything. Warning shots are key, but not at that range.
Brought a knife to a gunfight. Sometimes that does happen. And now the important thing is Wild Wolf has that op in hand again. And there's a couple sheriffs on the side for OM.
OM now forced to half by signs of life, but it's looking like the light from ZWK burning a little bit brighter, especially when it comes down to the clutch factor.
I mean, a way better performance in that first game for OM right now. Cyrix with an initial kill. Swings out off of that heal, but Sova on Zinc right there to go ahead and trade it out. 4v4 is what we are right now, and Decon going out. Will the Hunter's mark be used right now? The ult on Sova? No, just pushing through the cage.
Straight in we go. Shot's not there. 2 will fall. It's just Matrix. He manages to take 1 with him to the grave. Now, Sinful left in a 1v3 for a mere moment before being taken out. ZWK back in their stride.
Just beautiful shots all around, and I mean the scoreboard does not lie. 11-5 on Zinc as well. Cyrix as well on the 15-6. So managing to go ahead and get that equal kills as well. We're going to see a couple Bulldogs, a Stinger, a Spectre on the side of OM right now. Full Vandals on ZWK. Let's see how this next round goes.
Yo, can somebody help Cyrix right now? he needs some aid. His back's going to be buggered after this game.
No assist as well.
Damn, that's just straight up damage right there. Either way, you can still see. Interesting. I thought that with the full loadout that they bought here, they would be a little bit more aggressive. But still clearing out their corners like you should. ZWK making Captain Price proud as they're trying to get their way over onto B.
Not being overzealous. I mean, you know the aggression does lead to you to be more prone to mistakes, and they know that they're taking their time, and there's still a minute left on the clock for them to make a play over here. The slows come through, the smokes as well. A shot does manage to hit Ung, taking him down to 67 HP, and now the Killjoy ult will go through.
Well, that's going to push them off the site, and that's going to give them even more time to get set up on A. But having said that, the rotation came in too quickly, and now onto A. It's going to be full commitment from the side of ZWK. And here comes the ult, though. That may do work. It does exactly that. Clears the site, but not a kill to come off the back of it. In fact, it actually backfires, as it's going to be 2 players falling from OM. Goodness gracious me. Tripped, stumbled, fall. It's not looking good. Zan with 2. Oh, it's just sinful. Again, man alone. 1v3. 1v4, excuse me. Goodness gracious me. You cannot throw any more util at a site for it to be less effective. Man, no more analogies to come out of me, but goodness gracious. Shots, though, sinful. Trying to make amends here, where his teammates set him down.
I mean, shaky shots over there, almost getting a second, but what a play from ZWK, using the Brim ult against the user itself. And I mean, even a mid-air shot over there, a mid-air headshot nonetheless, to go ahead and get a 7th round on the board. And I mean, it was a little bit better than the first map that we saw for Osmod, but now it looks like the story is retelling itself. Swartkorp on a 7-point on the board right now, 3 on OM. OM, what do you guys have to do right now to get back into this?
Well, they burned every last little bit of utility they have. Now they poor. It's tough. It's a hard life out there. The economy not looking so good for them, but maybe they can get something off of this half by. But if you're in the shoes of ZWK, this is where you start applying even more pressure, and that's exactly what's going to happen here. Onto tree we go, trying to see if they can fertilize these roots. But right now, information still being gained. Fantastic bit of utility usage. And they're not pushing off of it. It feels as though they're giving the right amount of pressure and continually backing OM further and further back, forcing them to use their utility, and then, like we saw in the previous round, they're going to capitalize on it. And probing everywhere they can. Feels like an A, but you still have one player on B.
Absolutely, and now pushing over through mid as well. Smokes go down from the darkness himself, Omen. And looks like they're going to go try to take Market, and they managed to actually do go ahead through Market. Raw Jelly gets an elimination on Never Lost as well. That means counter smokes are down. A 4v4 situation though, where Sinful takes out Zing, but Wild Wolf right there to go and take out Matrix. A little bit of shaky shots over there, backs up, uses the Cloud Burst as well. Make sure to get the reload, but still taken out nonetheless by Kenzie.
Well, it's going to be a 3 versus 3 bomb. Yet to go down 28 seconds. Finally, we get to see a little bit of life. That's going to be B in control here. We are not checking corners. Kenzie sent to an early grave. 2 versus 3. Unk finds another. Sinful now left in a very winnable spot, but time ticking against. And now found thanks to that Cypher cam.
Has that turret as well, but I mean, it's a dire situation right now. 89 HP and a Dream in a 1v2, and that time ticking away on the spike. Spots out one shaky shot though will result in ZWK getting an 8th round.
Last round in the
Bro got
half.
180'd.
Bro got 180.
Unfortunate turn of events here for the side of OM, but again, it is not over until I've sung, and I'm very far from singing at this rate. But as of right now, something needs to change. It was 3 good rounds for the side of OM, but it has been fumble and stumble ever since.
I mean, ZWK now putting a little bit of that aggression, like you said, using all those abilities to push OM all the way back, and then they just rotate into the other side as well.
That's what I'm saying. They got the map presence to be able to do that. And first blood drawn once again. Cyrex. Oh my! Like a quad collat.
That would have been insane over there. That would have been beautiful to witness on this stage with that outlaw. I mean, maybe we'll get it next time, who knows. But now the sprays come through, and Unk manages to find that alongside Raw Jelly getting an elimination. And I mean, a 5v2 right now is absolutely crazy. You're going up against 2 Spectres, make that 1 Spectre. As Matrix last alive, sprays through that door, manages to break it, has to reload, and I mean, this is a tough one in its own. There's a trip over there, there's the rest of the players over there. What do you even do here?
Well, at this point, you're just looking for a few more kills, maybe pad the stats, but as of right now, it has just been the ZWK show. They take that site every single time. It almost was written in the stars for the collateral, but still. I don't know what to say. OM now backed up against the wall. It's going to be operator shots ringing across the map. 9-3 is the round, everybody. Carbon copy of the previous. But now, unlike the previous game, it's actually going to be ZWK on defense. And looking at their comp, they do have, in my opinion, the better operators for it.
I mean, do you think that first half could have gone any different with any other setups from the KJ? We didn't really see the most OP setups on Killjoy over there. Do you think that would have made a difference?
Potentially, but they really needed to play off of better information because they had Cypher trips and they could have gotten the alarm bot into the swarms. And I think I saw that once where they tried to deny their entry there, but other than that, it just felt as though it was KJ's turret maybe giving you a ping every now and again.
Well, 9-3 is where we are at on the half, and go into our pistol round. Flash goes ahead and catches out Unk, in fact, for a little bit of damage as well. Taking down a 75, a couple of eliminations in that kill feed as well. Takes us down to a 4v4. Unk pushed all the way up now into tiles and has to smoke it off to prevent the players from main spotting him.
Well, Unk is there to find the swings when he needs to. Triax is sent to an early grave. Zinc is there to follow it up. Kenzie is there to take out Zinc. It's trade on trade on trade on trade, but it's still life count advantage for the side of ZWK. And look at them taking space when they can.
And that's the important thing as well, taking so much space in this 3v2 right now. Kenzie and Never Lost, the last 2 alive. You're going to see that 0.9 knife go out towards A. Scan if there is that rotate. Scan if they are pushing up main. Finds out that there's no one there and now peeks through tiles. Did spot out one. Knows that there's one over there. And cheeky little peeks. He's going to pull out the knife. Ooh, reloads at the wrong time. That's Valorant timing right there. Kenzie needs to hit the shot and actually manages to do so.
Well, 2v2, but that has opened up for the mid-map flank. But still, A now completely wide open. They can get the bomb down here if they are quick enough, and that's looking like the exact game plan. But now poised for the pinch
Planted.
is going to be Unk. Oh, shots are in, gets a few tags, but the door now closed. Good setup. OM poised to win the round. This is absolutely theirs to win, ZWK to lose.
Kenzie playing off of Hell, never lost, playing off of main as the smoke goes and covers Hell, walks into the smoke, and I mean a little bit of blinding from that smoke is going to result in Unk getting that kill, I should say. Brings out wide, manages to get one and gets the second as well to go ahead and get themselves back on the board. 9-4 is our score.
Ice in the veins, so key, pistol round, going the way of OM. And it was backwards and forwards. They lost lives relatively quickly. But unlike the confidence being shown by ZWK when they take the first round and a half, only one rifle. But we do get to see the outlaw. So let's see if we can hand out some fresh fades in the mid-map.
I mean, we do love seeing the outlaw in game for Bulldogs as well for OM. Let's see if they can secure themselves a couple more rounds with this as the barrier goes down and the players go forward.
A little bit of a fake there on the orb, and onto the site we go. No rest for the wicked. OM fearing no evil right now. Onto the site we go. That's going to be the bomb down, uncontested. Having said that, it is the legacy flag. Only finds one though, as two of his teammates will fall. Bomb now down. Life count advantage to the side of OM.
Absolutely wild. You got to be thinking that was a sheriff. Maybe that would have been more doable. Wild Wolf gets an elimination, 30 HP. Zinc gets never lost there as well.
One enemy.
Kenzie with the outlaw, however, is just devastating and puts this into a 2v1 situation. Wild Wolf with that sheriff spots out where it is. Wide swings that actually. Does not hit the shot, gets that second shot off, but also not hitting. Drops down. Sinful is waiting in hell, and that pushes OM up to 5.
Looking like a different beast altogether on attack. A bit of aggression being shown, playing off of their utility. Maybe they're listening. Maybe this is the change they needed. Maybe attack on the center is all it took.
Now a full buy from SWAT Corp as well. Vandals and Phantoms and Raw Jelly staying on that sheriff, potentially to buy an op as well. Meanwhile, Bulldogs still remaining on Never Lost. Outlaw on Matrix, and then Phantoms and Vandals for the rest. And barrier goes up. That means that the bullets start to fly.
Well, a bit of information now found. Looks like B is the core, but they were pinged by that Sober Dart. So still edging their way slowly forward here is going to be OM. We are praying and spraying, hoping to land something. Onto the site we go. Hopefully they check for the Cypher trips here. Well, through the dash we go. Oh, nice little flick there, but the trade is instant, 4v4.
Manages to stay alive a little bit longer, get an elimination. That's the important thing as well. You trade it out, and now we are going to see those swarm grenades be pushed into Boathouse. Not checking those peaks as well, though, and Wild Wolf is going to go ahead, change that tunnel vision over to Never Lost, and actually get that elimination. Sinful does go down to Zinc as well. We are down to a 2v4.
But in the craziness that was the fight for B, the bomb goes down on A, so a great bit of a fake happening. 4v2, though. Now you got to hope that your trap has been set. Let's see if it's sprung.
This could be another easy round for OM. I mean, they can play off of each other well enough. There's the info given as well, but Matrix gets taken down. The spray over from Cydex, but not going to be found. SWAT Corp go ahead and get a 10th round.
Perfect bit of retake there. Not even worried in the slightest. Now they're playing Juggle the Defuse to see who gets their ultimate first, and as of right now, it's going to be Zinc, and we're yet to see the Hunter's Fury popped in this game. But with that dart in B tunnel, Okay, here's my bet. They're gonna ping A, and he's gonna get 2 with Hunter's Fury. Let's see it happen.
Ooh, okay, let's see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. 20 seconds until we see if that prediction is correct. Meanwhile, OM choosing to get a frenzy on their loadout, a couple of sheriffs as well. Just trying to save up as much as they can. Swadcorp looking so healthy on Econ. I mean, the full buy of all those rifles as well is going to give them the clear advantage. Wild Wolf immediately with a kill to start us off.
Looking for the second now is going to be Zinc. 2 players already falling, and over towards A we go. Smoking off typical lanes, but the counter smoke is in. Up close and personal. It's going to be Sinful. But he's not going to be able to take the range. Fight! Having said that, he almost finds it, but it's going to be Unk with 2, leaving Never Lost in a 0 versus 5 as sent to the round. Now, only 2 away from being your ASL Grand Finals champions is ZWK. The pressure continuing to mount for OM.
I mean, it's just a mountain of pressure right now. You can sort of feel it with these players, especially, or I should say, exclusively on the side of OM. They know that it's do or die at this point. They've made good progress, but I mean, ZWK even better progress than that. Will ZWK go ahead and walk away your ASL victors, or will OM somehow come around from this, push us into that third map, push us into Icebox? The timer has begun for round 17.
Well, they have gone for a full buy here, which may come back to bite them. So this is all or nothing, the most crucial round in the game, in my opinion, because if they lose this, the Econ is broken for final, potentially.
Econ's going to go ahead and find outside X. Wildwolf going to go ahead and swing off of that, gets the elimination. Unk now going to go ahead, throw that smoke. There's that Hunter's Fury that you were talking about. Not going to go ahead and get an elimination, but is going to go ahead and hit 1 for 80. Wild Wolf getting Sinful taken out as well. This is a 5v3.
5v3, and the players keep on falling. You can see here comes the timing. The shots are in Zinc, finding 2. The third is there, but not quite quick enough. Kenzie left in a 1 versus 5. And this is where I said that it could come back to bite them. Zinc playing with his food eventually gets the kill. 1 round away now, everybody. And that is going to be the economy broken for OM.
1 away from crowning ASL Valorant Grand Champions live at AGC, and 22-8 over on Zinc. Cyrix not getting a lot over there, 16, but a lot of deaths, pushed all the way up to 14 right now. Dire situation. Cyrix forced to use that classic right now. Maybe we'll buy at least an SMG for this final round. Buys a Guardian, switches it to a Bulldog over there. At least has a weapon, has that Empress as well to pop as a last resort. But let's get into what could be the final round.
Onto the site we go, that being B. Still trying to be as aggressive as possible, but clumping together may come back to bite them. Bit of a fake, tested the water, tested it, found out a bit warm. Relocating is the play.
I mean, the peaks from Zan over here, just peeking tiles effectively, and that's going to give information if someone does get spotted out. A minute left on that timer. It does seem like we will have to commit over on A. Just for now, at least. Unk holding down Jen. I mean, the first kill over here is going to be so important.
Well, first kill found. Unk gets the timing on the smoke. Knows there's more nearby. Spraying and praying to the best visibility. First and second blood. Zad is there for the legacy flank. He's going to find 2. Now, Zinful and Matrix left in a 2 versus 5. The odds are mounting. If there has ever been a time for a clutch, it is now. Here comes that dart. It's going to give them more information. They know where the players are, and you can see the wolves beginning to descend.
Like a pack of hyenas right now, just waiting for their prey to enter into the trap. Matrix forced to heal themselves, and a cross angle as well. Meanwhile, Wild Wolf pushed all the way around, Op and Bladestorm in hand. Looking to go ahead and get one of the final kills. There's a shot, and they're going for a knife right now. Classic in hand, and they get the knife to go ahead and win the round.
ZWK, your crowned champions of the ASL Grand Final. Undefeated in map count, right from group all the way through to grands. a dominant performance, and a flashy ending. What more could you ask for? GG's to ZWK.
I mean, that's absolutely insane. Dominating on that first map, clearly. I had a little bit of a challenge in the second one. Osmod had that little bit of a comeback, but still ZWK showing that dominance. And it shows why they were undefeated as well, just from this. Let's take a look at the stats. 23-9 is our MVP over on Sync with a 330 ACS. And the other side, 16 and 15, 270 on it as well. I mean, that's beautiful stats right there over for ZWK.
100%. And maybe it just wasn't OM's day, but ZWK, man. Nothing but commendation coming from us here on the caster deck. It has been a fantastic time. We got to see some really good plays. We got to see some flashy kills and some good Valorant.
2 knives as well.
2 knife kills, 1 to end it, and we got to see 1 in the mid-map as well. So congratulations to ZWK. OM, nothing to be scoffed at though. You made it to the grand finals. That's further than most. Now's your time to go back to that drawing board. This spot will be up. This is where you start putting in the time. And having made it this far, the potential is obviously there. So don't kick yourselves too hard. It is just the beginning. Obviously, this is the schools league. So this is where we're going to be seeing the talent up and coming.
Yeah, and not just the beginning for these students as well. The beginning of AGC, because we still have 2 whole days to go ahead and showcase all of this action. So many different titles, some more Valorant over this weekend. A Fortnite Open that was sold out, ladies and gentlemen. Brawlhalla for an international opportunity. EAFC, COD Mobile, you name it. There's so much going on here at Grand West.
So if you guys aren't here, now's the time to get here. But after all is said and done, ZWK, crown champions, GG's to them, and it has been an absolute blast. Thank you very much for having me.
Cloud, an absolute honor, as it always is, to have you on this casting desk. Guys, we are going to end this off over here. Thank you so much for watching. We hope that you enjoyed ASL Valorant. Our players played their hearts out on the stage. We should give them a round of applause one more time, ladies and gentlemen. They've made it this far onto the stage, like Trout said, and it shouldn't stop them from coming back to the stage.
100%. But that's going to be all from us here on the Casters Deck. We'll see you guys very soon. Have a good one.